this one's going to be interesting. Oh my gosh. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this, and I've been dreading it somewhat. But this should be interesting today. How's everybody doing? Excited to get back to some IndyCar 2. But, man, I'm a little bit nervous, I will say. I haven't been very nervous yet. Maybe the Indy 500, I was anticipating that a bit, but I feel a little more nervous for this than any of the other races. We're going to be racing at the Meadowlands today, Meadowlands Grand Prix, and you'll see in just a minute why this is, I don't know, it's going to be kind of a crazy race, but hopefully a good one. I hope number one goal today is making it the whole distance, which I think I can do. I would have to mess up pretty big to not finish the race, but it's totally possible, and it's going to be a pretty interesting one. So thanks for joining. We're in round number 8 of the 1989 season, so if this is somehow the first time that you found this whole series, I've been racing through all of the 1989 races in the sim IndyCar Racing 2, which the sim itself came out in 1995, but the car set, the tracks, the whole season that we're doing is for 1989, and so far it's been really good. A few wins, but we're in a tough stretch of the season right now, and I think today is going to be the climax of the difficulty and everything. So quickly show the driver. We're racing as young Ryan Axelson, who's rookie season, son of the legend Richie Axelson, and so we've been racing our Sunoco Papyrus Lola Cosworth here and doing quite well. We're leading the points championship right now. I can see everybody betting on which lap is going to end the race. Man, not a lot of optimism today for it. I think it's going to be good, but I'm quite nervous for it. So we'll continue our championship here. So we're at the Meadowlands Grand Prix. We're in July of the fake season we're doing. So we're about a month behind at this point, but we'll see how the rest of the season goes. We got one more street course after this. So we've been on this stretch of road courses since Detroit. We finished up with Indianapolis, Milwaukee, then we went to Detroit, raced on the Belle Isle circuit there, not the city streets, but the Belle Isle circuit, went to Portland, went to Cleveland last time out, and I haven't captured any wins on these street courses. I feel like both Cleveland and Portland, I could have won the races. And up until that point, I thought I had done a really good job at maximizing pretty much every race, but hit some difficulties. Came back last race after just crazy kind of middle stint. Led the beginning. There was a crash kind of caused by myself, and then I did a pit strategy and totally blew the restart, and we're just kind of fighting the way back at the end, but ended up with a second place, which you can't complain about too much. But Michael Andretti got the win, and if you can see here all the winners this season, he's gotten 3 wins now, and so Michael Andretti is closing up. I still have the points lead. We'll take a look at that in just a second, but Michael Andretti is definitely right there, and I think today could be the day. We'll see that he might take it over, but again, really want to just finish. I think I've got enough pace that if I can finish the race, I can easily get a top 10, which is not great considering I think I've finished on the podium every time this season, but this is, nope, finished 4th at Portland. So top 5 every race this season, which is crazy, but we'll have to see if it's in the cards for Meadowlands today. So points championship, Ryan Axelson out front with 112 points over Michael Andretti's 100, and he's got a pretty statistically good season. We both have finished in the top 10 every race. He doesn't have any poles. I've got more top 5s, which consistency with this type of points championship is what wins championships. Even though he has 3 wins and I only have 1, because I've got straight top 5s, I'm doing better. Today could be the day. Other than that, I mean, I think we're really gapping now. 3rd place, Danny Sullivan, which I'm surprised he's in 3rd. Allenser Jr. has been strong at random races, and honestly, Emo was really strong early on. I don't know what's happened to him, but we'll see how things go. So, the Meadowlands Grand Prix. And for those of you, that aren't steeped in IndyCar knowledge, this might be an unfamiliar track, and I wouldn't blame you for that. Let me just hide the wheeler thing. We can see it. You can see it's kind of an oval. So there were 2 layouts for the Meadowlands. There was there was a more road course-esque layout. I think it was a little bit longer, just another half mile or so, and had a few extra turns in it. And then in 1988, I believe, they shortened it. I'm not sure for what reason. Maybe something was built, because this was done in like a industrial sports complex area, but for whatever reason, they shortened the circuit and made what's referred to as the oval layout of the Meadowlands. It's far from an oval. It's definitely still a street course, but it's mostly left turns. There's 2 meaningful right-hand turns. You got a little kink here at the start, which is flat out, and then at the end of the lap, there's a chicane, just to make things exciting. But it's a very narrow track. It's one of the tracks added to IndyCar 2 by Pavel 69. And therefore it's much more accurate than the normal IndyCar 2 tracks would have been, and so it's very realistic, and the handling in IndyCar 2 is tough sometimes, so it makes a tough challenge. So it's very narrow. It's going to be interesting, but I'm going to do a little bit of practice. I have, prior to preparing for this, had only spent a couple hours maybe with the circuit, and now that I have spent a little bit more time driving the track, I'm a little more optimistic about finishing, but it's going to require a ton of patience. If you remember, if you watched the Portland race, or even the last race at Cleveland, like getting around the lap traffic seems to be the biggest difficulty, and this track, there's really only a couple spots where you can pass a lapped car, even if you're miles quicker. So especially once we catch up to like the mid-pack runners, if we do, it's going to be really hard to pass them. For those of you as well, I want to mention this. If any of you are curious about more of the Meadowlands history, NASCAR Man has a video out pretty recently, only a few weeks ago, that covers the event, specifically because they were actually thinking of racing in Manhattan, downtown in New York City, which was pretty close by, which never actually happened. But they talk a lot about the Meadowlands Grand Prix in that. Brock Beard narrates it. It's a great video, so definitely recommend checking that out. But I'm gonna go out and do a couple laps of practice with qualifying fuel just to make sure everything's working all right, and we'll see. I'll talk you through the course here. It's gonna be interesting. Hi Donnie, how you doing? Yeah, NASCAR Man makes great videos, and I've been able to connect with them a little bit on Twitter now, which has been fun, just to share old racing stuff. It's a lot of fun. But we'll come out of the pit lane. We'll get right onto a straightaway. So this track's a street track, so it's made out of highways and things. It's kind of in the background of New York City, you could see. This is the trickiest corner, I think, on the track. This sweeping left-hander. It's going to be a third-gear corner. The walls are very close on the exit, so you have to do a late apex. Then we rush down a fast straightaway towards a heavy braking zone. Luckily, got some braking markers there to slam on the brakes. This is a deceptively tight corner. First gear. I'm going quite slow right now, but first gear to get through there, the wall creeps up on you. A little kink, and then a quick straight. I think I can pass here on a good lap on the inside through the chicane. And coming out onto the straightaway. And a long left-hander, which if you don't get the line right, it's actually pretty easy to run wide on. But then across the line, and here's the exit to the pits on the left, and we'll get back onto the straightaway. Kink there, and come down to this first corner. So it's a very quick lap, 1.2 miles. It's, just a little longer than like a Phoenix oval, or New Hampshire oval. So it's a very, very quick lap. And therefore, the race is 150 laps today, which the laps should be about 38, 39 seconds, definitely under 40 seconds. So, it won't be such a long race in time, but a lot of laps, 150. Yeah, try not to get confused and use the runoff. I will try. Definitely patience, though, especially on cold tires. The setup's a bit weird. I've been playing around with the wings. I cranked a lot more downforce on it than it had because I was losing the rear end quite a bit. You can see the bars are very soft, but it's kind of required because none of the corners have camber, and they're quite fast, actually, some of them. Off the inside of a car, I can see one of the Newman Haas's in front. So yeah, if there were a track this season where I think a caution may be likely, because we've been having pretty low amount of cautions, this was definitely one. It wouldn't be hard for the track to get blocked. Any car stopped anywhere is going to block the track, so we'll see if the stewards want to throw some yellows today for anything, but hopefully nothing we're involved in. It's a 39-second lap. Pull it on through, get the nice towers. I mean, graphically, this is a really good looking track for what it is for a street track. It really feels different than the other street tracks. It's not just a, you know, lined concrete jungle. Come through really easy to, I found, maybe it's the setup or the track, I don't know, but very easy to lose the rear end coming into some of the corners. So I kind of have to drive the car to understeer somewhat. I think I might be able to dial it out a little bit with the bars and all. Yeah, and I would think this will be the best passing zone, but I've had trouble passing down into this corner. The other cars are braking quite late. It's very easy to overrun. The wall actually comes in there. There's a little more space at the apex of the corner, and then the wall juts in. So I found a little easier to pass going into the chicane there. And I posted a video on my Twitter last night. I was doing some practice, and I was swapping positions with Emerson Fittipaldi just back and forth. So the AI are pretty aggressive. Should be good. I don't know ultimately how quick I'll be, but hoping to finish minimal fireworks, and should be good. See if I can come down the inside. Yeah, the car blocks me there. Is that Randy Lewis? Yeah, the sponsorship on the walls are very cool. They're very, obviously, for the period. This was, you know, the track layout is the 88 to 91, which was the last year I believe this was run. Layout, so the sponsorship, you see the Marlboro there. Ooh, come up the inside here is a little scary. No! Okay. Well, now we know that that might not be possible in the race. Oh, already a spin. Let's watch that quickly on replay. Following Randy Lewis here. From what I know, it's very complicated to make tracks for these old sims. They don't have tools like the modern ones do. Let's see, yeah, I mean, I was definitely on the inside, but he chose to turn it anyway, which is kind of what happens here. I've never made a track for Indycar 2. I have tried to make tracks for NASCAR 3, which is similar, but the tools, they're not like today where you have got a 3D environment tool and you can draw stuff. From what I remember, and Pavel pops in here once in a while, so maybe he can elaborate, but oh, I see him in the chat, so maybe he can elaborate, but it's like text editing from what I know. Basically, you're putting in just points on a map in text to see the objects appear. It's a crazy thing that anybody has been able to make tracks for these old games, but I'm so happy they do. Okay, so we're gonna do qualifying. It's an 8-minute, I believe, qualifying session, so a pretty short one, but hopefully get a couple good laps in. We'll take a look at the times so far, standings for the times. All right, so AJ Foyt at the back of the field with a 41-second lap. Man, if they're doing 41-second laps in the race and I'm doing like 37-second laps, it's going to be a crazy race. Whoa, okay. Well, so far, I might be able to get pole. I have tried this a couple times just in practicing, and the AI up front are much quicker. They are much quicker than this usually. So for some reason, everybody's slow today, but I might be able to get the pole here because I just did a lap quicker than that in practice, and I wasn't even pushing that hard. But we'll see. They can turn quicker laps in qualifying as well. But yeah, up front right now, Michael Andretti with a 38.9. So we'll see. All right, qualifying. Oh, we got 10 minutes. That's right, 10 minutes. Be able to get plenty of laps. I think I'm actually lap limited. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, Dodge has that emblem logo on the advertisements here. Cold tires. The tires really matter to get up to temperature. Should talk strategy a little bit in the race too. We'll talk about it more once we get to the race itself, but 150 laps, it's going to be really tight to do this on 2 stops, I think. And we might have to do some fuel saving because, you know, we'd want to stop at lap 50 and lap 100, but at a fast pace, I think it's very, very easy to do 48 laps, 49 laps on fuel. So I'm gonna have to look at that. I have it about 0.74 gallons of fuel a lap, but you know, that can change a lot depending on traffic. So I think with traffic, it'll be possible to make it to the 50 lap mark, but it's going to be something we have to think about today. Definitely want to do this on 2 stops and not 3. A caution would throw a wrench into the whole thing. But we're on the first qualifying lap here. Come down to first gear for the first corner, first real corner. Or I guess that's the second corner. Come through the little kink there. Now brake for the chicane, first gear. Taking it a little easy right now, just trying to get the tires up to temperature, get a couple bankers in. I'm expecting to get pole here, maybe right away. But we'll see how it progresses over the session. Ooh, second. Whoa, Bobby Rahal's already turned to 37.9, so. Bobby Rahal, the real winner of this event in 89. I think he won it quite a few years. See a car in my mirror that's not exactly leaving me. I've gotten into the 37s, low 37s in practice, so I think I can really crank it up. Always a bit harder to go fast while streaming for whatever reason, but maybe it's the commentary and the fact that I have people watching. Who knows? Keep it out wide here to sweep in. Still went a little too early for the apex. You can see the car is kind of skittish. Ooh, a little late into the chicane. Kiss the wall with the kiss counter at 1. I got the line wrong through that last corner. Easy to shoot out wide there. It's surprising, because on some laps it feels like a very easy corner. Out to the wall there. Yeah, it's all the camera equipment in the car. Good one. Probably because I'm reading chat and stuff at the same time. All in good fun. Oh, squirrely there. I gotta maybe up the bars in the front a little bit. The car really bites on entry. See that time pretty easy through there. Car coming out. Ooh, it's Sullivan. Gonna block me on my quali lap. It's no good. Saline up to 3rd. What's going on? Saline's been one of the mid-pack cars, I'd say. He's not at the very tail end, but he's been finishing 15th or so in races this season. So up to 3rd for Scott Saline. Good for him. Must be having an excellent day today. These weird courses will bring that out, though. We'll probably see that this weekend in Nashville and Indycar. It could be one of those things where Penske wins, since they already seem kind of dominant, but I could also imagine it being just kind of a random race. It's a 38.5. Let's see if I can get a little bit better of a lap here. Yeah, I think Nashville's going to be a good race. I'm excited for it. Go really deep on the brakes, try to get past Heimrath here. He's going to squeeze me a little bit, but able to get him. Good to know I can lunge like that for the race. Oh, here we go. Pole 37.5. It's a pole so far. That was a good lap, even though I passed the lapped car. I could have even got quicker than that. Let's try for it. Little bit of understeer there through the kink. Ooh, hot into the chicane. Lost the rear end just for a second. It still felt like an okay lap. No, not as quick. Oh, it's so easy to lose time. It's with these square walls that are right on the apex. They're not round, so it's easy to hit a seam. We're in P1. We got about 3.5 minutes left. I'm just going to keep lapping, try to put in a better lap, understeer a little bit through the fast first corner. That's such a hard corner, and it's impossible side by side, so it's going to be a tricky spot. It's a really interesting track. I like it a lot, how quick it is. I actually really appreciate, as much as I love the Nordschleifes, and I've spent entirely too much time this week lapping the Targa Florio. Love the long tracks, but there's something to be said about a short road course. That's why I love that NASCAR is at Watkins Glen this weekend on the layout they do there. I love that layout, and there's always talk about them doing the boot, but I kind of like the short road course layout. Still have the downshifting and cornering, but it's quick lap after lap. It's almost like a short track road course. It's fun. Catching up to AJ Foyt here, who I think was the slowest, but maybe he's improved his time. Yeah, I think it's a parking lot for the majority of it, but this first stretch here, I believe, is a road. You see the lines and everything on it. That's a 37.7, slightly better. Ooh, a little deep. I don't know how I caught on to that. That was probably fast. Let's see if I can pass Foyt here on the straightaway. Out of the braking zone. I'm a little slow in a straight line because of the downforce, but it's really needed. This is a heavy downforce track, at least for me. Oh, cutting it close. Ooh, hit the wall just a little bit on the exit, but I'm pushing. There we go, 37.4. All right, I don't think I'm going to be able to improve that. What a qualifying, 37.469. I think that might be one of my quickest laps ever. I might have done it too. Oh, Meadowlands is definitely growing on me, Berto. Like I said before this, practicing for this race and everything, probably had only spent an hour or two maybe with the track over the years. This track didn't come out that long ago, but yeah, a couple hours at the very most. And so, whenever you spend a little more time with the track, it grows on you. Oh, my cooldown lap hitting the wall. All right, we'll let the time run out just in case. I want to give everybody a fair chance to hit their lap. Yeah, I want to actually watch that entry on replay. That was very fast. I felt the rear end going out. It's weird how you can feel the steering in IndyCar too, because there's no force feedback. It's all visual cues that you're getting from the sim. But I swear, especially in these long races after 20-30 laps, I can feel the car, but it's all just visual. It's very, very wild how it happens. But it also means you have to be very attentive because there's nothing to tell you. Force feedback gives you that little bit more that tells you if you're going to lose the car, if you get distracted by scenery or the chat. But it doesn't look like anybody's going to turn a faster lap, but we'll wait. Yeah, IndyCar has had a troubled history with Watkins Glen. I don't think it really got a fair shot. They came back for 3 years, right? 2015, 16, 17, something like that. And it was kind of shoehorned in because one of the races, I'm forgetting now where, but there was a race that got canceled at the last minute, and so they found Watkins Glen would host them. And I think that's why there weren't a lot of spectators. If you schedule a race 2 months before it happens, people have to plan these things, especially when they're expensive. So, but I would love for them to go back. I think it's a great road course. IndyCars definitely go fast there, and the track has a history of like Grand Prix and open wheel racing, so it's nice to have that type of thing there. Yeah, Andrew, I was talking about the NASCAR Man video earlier. All right, let's take a quick look at the replay. But yeah, that NASCAR Man video is great because there's a lot of stuff I never knew about this event. It's very timely that it came out. I never knew that they got that close as well to having a street race. Which lap did I do this on? It was this lap that I was following Foyt, wasn't it? All right, come through, cross the line. See if it looks as impressive from the outside as it felt on the inside. Through that little kink. Yeah, I really threw it in. I don't know how I caught it because the car definitely slid going into the corner, which is not easy to do in IndyCar 2 sometimes. Take a look from the chase view. Not realistic, but it'll show it. Slide in. Yeah, it doesn't look as impressive from the outside, but ooh, that felt like I was on the limit. That was a good one. All right, so let's take a look at the qualifying results. Ryan Axelson on the pole. So I got the pole at Meadowlands. Definitely did not predict that. But the pole at Meadowlands next to Bobby Rahal, who was the real winner, and Steve Saleen coming in third. What is this race? I mean, there's no way he's not going to fall like a rock right after we start. But then Allenser Jr. in fourth, so Jr. might be quick today. Danny Sullivan back in fifth, third place in points. Scott Pruitt in sixth, and then Michael Andretti back in seventh. So Andretti's going to have some traffic to get through to catch up. So this is making me a little more optimistic about this. Bobby Rahal has not traditionally been super quick in the races, so maybe he just had some best, better ability in the qualifying and will fade back, but that might give me a chance to run away because we got Bobby Rahal and Steve Saleen back there. But then Allenser Jr. definitely could be quick. Randomly, we've seen Danny Sullivan be quick. Michael Andretti, Emerson Fittipaldi back in 10th. Very shooken up. Very shooken up. Yeah, the replays probably don't capture all of the actual inputs, so that could be very true. Come back, Rick Mears all the way in 13th. AJ Foyt, he got up to 14th, so he improved his time. Mario Andretti back here in 15th, so the grid is all over the place today. So it's going to be a mixed up race. Let's see who's at the back. If anybody interesting is at the very back. Roberto Guerrero starting the tail end. Randy Lewis, Bernard Jourdain, John Andretti, Dominic Dobson, Didier Thays, Guido Daco in 22nd. So it's the usual suspects back there, but we got a little bit of a mix up front, so it should be interesting. What's the most popular racing series in New England or the East Coast? Good question. I mean, up here we got New England. I mean, it's at least what I'm most familiar with, but it's like asphalt ovals, short track asphalt ovals. So NASCAR style modifieds and super modifieds and street stocks and stuff like that. Road racing is also pretty popular with like SCCA type stuff. I'm gonna go straight to race today. But yeah, it's not as popular as like the NASCAR stuff. NASCAR itself was very popular in the 90s, but has faded a bit. All right, so at least one good thing happened today, and I got the pole. 76-degree race, so it's a little cooler, I think, than some of the other races have been. So we'll see how that affects things. But 150 laps at the Meadowlands, so I think it's going to be a long race, but I think it'll come in under 2 hours, but we'll see. So thanks for joining everybody today. Hopefully this race goes well. Need to try to make it 50 laps on a tank. I think it's about 0.74 gallons a lap. And like at Cleveland, I know I'll have all the statisticians in the in the chat, but we do have the boost to raise and lower to try to save fuel and everything. So hopefully this goes well. Now that I'm on the pole, I guess I'll try to run away from the field to start, and we'll get a couple nice laps before we hit lap traffic, and then it's on. All right, but let's do it. The Meadowlands Grand Prix. And we'll get that boost down for the pace lap. I'm going to leave the suspension soft to start, I think. Actually, I might raise the front just a little bit just to make sure I don't get that like extra bite on turn in with full fuel. You can see Steve Saleen behind me in that yellow and black car. So weird. Ooh. Mr. Rahal here. Hopefully I can get a good start. I found the AI they jump you so easy off the line. And I just want to get away, not have to pass anybody, but we'll see. All right, pace car's going in. I got to raise the boost again. Maybe a little slow on that. It's a short pace lap. Down to first gear, come out of the final corner. raise the speed, flat out. Come on, give me that green flag. I don't want to pass the pace car. I think you get a penalty for that. Green flag's out. Prix got the jump on me. Almost over rev the engine. Got Allister Jr. in my mirror. Will come down, fly towards the first corner. Got me off the start. You can't pass the pace car. If you blow past the pace car, you'll get that Scott Goodyear black flag. But here we go, up the inside of Rahal. He's not quite as quick as I would have guessed. Come down towards the second corner, down to first gear. Take it nice and easy. Don't want to slide the rears at the start. There we go. So I got the lead back, even though he got the jump on me. Let's see if I can run away from the field. This is going to play out, I think, a little bit like the other races have the last couple, where it seems at first like I'm very quick, but then there's going to be a couple guys back there that are quick, and they'll come out of nowhere seemingly. So let's try to get a little bit of a gap before we get to the lap traffic. Already tapped the wall once for luck. This will be a hard track to fuel save at too, with a lot of slow corners and then accelerating. That's where you need that boost. That had medium speed corners, you don't lose as much time without the high boost. But like coming out of that chicane, you really need the boost to get you up to speed fast. Yeah, I just need to make it to lap 50, so it doesn't even beyond that. Ooh, losing the rear end. No. Oh. All right, I gotta stiffen the rear roll bar or something. Stiffening it should make it looser. At least I didn't loop it all the way, but I got Danny Sullivan right behind me now. I was looking to make a move. He's on the outside. Oh, he sticks it there too. No. All right, Danny's gotten around me from that mistake in turn number one. I don't know what was that. Heavier fuel, but seemed like the rear end was very slidey. Yeah, I'm lucky I didn't loop the car completely around, because that would have taken a long time to spin back around with the whole field passing me likely. Make it a little easier this time. I think I'm just used to the qualifying pace, maybe. But Sullivan taking advantage, pouncing. We haven't seen a lot of that out of him this season. Phoenix comes to mind as like the only race where he was pretty quick. See if I can catch back up to him, though. I don't want him to get away. Oh, Emerson Fittipaldi's up to fourth. I'm 10th on the grid. How did he do that? All right. Made it a couple corners now. I don't know. It feels like that happens. It's been happening too much. I get away from the lead and then 5 laps, 10 laps, 2 laps. Have some kind of weird spin or mistake that loses me the lead, and then I'm fighting to get it back the whole race, and weird things happen. 145 laps to go. It's kind of wild to see that on a road course, but it'll go by pretty quick. I'm holding station with Danny Sullivan, which is good. If the traffic comes, maybe I'll be able to get through it quicker than he can when the traffic comes. A little deep into the chicane. I gotta be careful not to really grab the wheel if I'm deep in the braking, because that's how you lose the rear end. Hopefully the tires stay with me too, because sliding like that, no good. Pulling away from me ever so slightly. No time to look at the timing boards or anything on this track. You're just kind of always in it. up the kiss counter. Another kiss to the wall. There's gonna be a lot of those on the apexes. It's just so hard to be accurate with the way the steering is and everything, so you end up just being slightly left or right of the line. And there's the lap traffic, so we're already catching it. We're not even on lap 10 yet. We're gonna lap some cars a lot. There's gonna be some cars that could be 15 laps down by the end of this. All right, he's getting stuck behind Bernard Jourdain here. Ooh, he's out wide. Trying to come up the inside of Sullivan. There we go. Take advantage of him off the first lap car that we come by. Bernard Jourdain here. See if I can get him on the straightaway. Ooh, he's going to squeeze me. Ooh. Suck it in. I don't know how we didn't collide there. That was very close. I didn't think he was going to get that close to the inside wall. Ooh, here comes Sullivan up the inside, try to block him a little bit as we slow down behind John Andretti. Yeah, it's going to be like this, just trying to find ways to pass lap cars the whole race. It's going to be a really tiring one, I think. Feeling pretty good right now, but I'm too scared to go up the inside there with Roberto Guerrero. And try to hang it around the outside through turn one. Yeah, it's just gonna be a race of lapped cars and traffic and trying to figure out how to get past people without hitting them. Guido Daco taking the apex away. Oh, he accelerated really well out of there. Back in behind him, Sullivan right behind me again. So what's nice is that, ooh, I touched Daco there. I touched the inside wall and then touched him, but luckily we didn't spin out. The cars that are on the same lap as me don't get stuck behind the lapped cars, which is a perennial problem and feels like every new sim. Luckily they're able to get around. I know there's some tracks where they're not as good at it in IndyCar 2 as others, but especially on these add-on tracks, the cars seem to be pretty good at passing each other, so you can actually have good races where you're diving in and out of traffic that we've seen so far this season. Thread the needle past all these guys. Yeah, Guido was racing me. He seems to enjoy that. That's Randy Lewis, same spot. Man, passing on the inside is very frightening. Yeah, I think there could be a yellow in this race. Hopefully not from me, but, you know, if a car spins out, it's going to block the track. And so if it spins out and doesn't move for any amount of time, I could imagine there being a yellow. Try to get around Heimrath. That's how you do it. Give the fans a show down there. That would be the spot you want to sit, I think, in real life. All right, so I got around a lot of laps of traffic there. We got a little bit of a gap now. We'll see what the gap is back to Sullivan. 4.3 seconds. It looks like 4.2. Yes. All right, he's lost a lot of time now. Right, I'm gonna lose a little bit of boost just to don't over rev the engine. I'm gonna go down to 7 boost just to make sure I'm gonna make it. It would be great to go an extra couple of laps on the first stint or two, so that way I know I can just go flat out at the end. AJ Foyt in front of me now. It's like Teo Fabi up there in the Porsche. Back in 3rd spot. Pretty hectic opening few laps here though. Half spin, lots of lap traffic so far. Squeak around AJ Foyt there. I'm sure he wouldn't be happy about that. I remember Sally, pit reporter. 135 laps to go. So we're only 15 laps into this. it's gonna feel like a long race, even if I don't know exactly how long time-wise it's gonna be, but it just because of how intense it is every single lap. Oh, Scott Saline, so wow, from hero to mid-pack very quickly there. Interesting, they all got themselves sorted out that quick. I thought it was odd he qualified third. All's good so far, though. The car's feeling a lot better now. Still not pushing it as hard. I'm not going to go as deep into this corner, especially. Ooh. There's going to be a lot of wall taps. I would love to avoid them, but the steering's just not precise enough to, at least for me, to be that accurate. Yeah, I'd be interested to see. I haven't looked at the results yet and how many cars actually finished on the lead lap in this race, but unless there was a lot of yellow, I imagine there would be very few cars on the lead lap at the end of it. Kind of like a short oval. You saw, you know, at Phoenix, I think, Rick Mears lapped the whole field twice one year. Not uncommon back in these days to have very few, if any, cars on the lead lap on a short track. This is definitely a short track. Yeah, we've lucked out a little bit on the race times. Ooh, just that there haven't been a lot of yellows, so that makes the races go quite a lot faster. I wouldn't mind a yellow or two as a break, but they really also throw a wrench into strategy. And traditionally on a road circuit, I kind of prefer no yellows. On ovals, it's nice to have them here and there. When racing, I think when watching racing on any track, it's fun to have some yellows, as long as it's not a bad accident, just to shake things up. Sullivan's really picked back up on me. All right, so I'm gonna raise my boost back. We saved for a few laps, but need to stay ahead of Sullivan. It's not worth it if I can make the distance. Just noticed I see the chat, you guys talking about it now. The chat's delayed a little bit from what I'm racing, so whenever you guys tell me something, it's probably a lap behind on this track. Yeah, Ray Hall's really fallen off, though, so it looks like a 4-car race right now. The way this season's gone, I'm sure all the spectators are wondering what's going to befall Ryan Axelson today to not give him the win. Seems like I've had the opportunity in the last few races, and it's something, usually my doing. Got all the lines wrong through there. It's amazing how getting the line wrong through one corner can kind of mess up the rest of your lap. We're doing all right on fuel, though. I'm still not convinced we're going to easily be able to make it. Yeah, I can see Danny Sullivan right behind me now. Catching more lap traffic, so hopefully that helps again. As long as I can get around them without hitting them. Ooh, they're too wide in front. They're fighting for position. It's going to be extra hard. I think I might be a little short on fuel still. Gotta make it to lap 25 with 20 gallons in it. Make it to 50. Got Kevin Cogan in front. Oh, Bernard Jourdain. So we're already lapping a car twice here ahead. Oh, Cogan looks to the inside. I do as well. able to out-muscle him there. He's on the inside of me. Oh, he touched. That was all him. Hugin. Will we get a yellow flag? It was a very light touch, so unlikely that it really caused a wreck. That might have held up. Yeah, it did hold up Sullivan. I gotta lower the boost again. Whew. So first contact with the lapped car. Kevin Cogan, of course. Oh no, Dobson there blocks the line. I hit the back of him, so second contact with the lapped car. Come through the chicane. No sign of Cogan. It's all cleaned up. He lit up the tires and ran away from it. Man, we're really tight on fuel though, because even at the saving, at the end of this lap, we'll be halfway through the stint and we're like right on the dot with fuel. Yikes. Got one of the Newman Haas cars here. I think it's Mario passing John. Mario's definitely a lot quicker than some of these double lapped cars at this point. All right, we're halfway. Oh my God, we're like right on the dot with fuel. Oh, Mario squeezes me on the inside there. There we go, he fades out wide. Hopefully I can get him on this straight. Mario's always hard to pass for some reason. Very realistic. Down to first gear. I can't really watch the chat in this one as much as usual, especially passing all the cars, so. Ooh, on the outside here. All right, 124 to go. I have to stay at a lower boost, I think, to make it. See how things shake out. Things will always progress past the stints. No idea where we'll be at lap 100. Scott Brayton here. Pass him on the inside. Ooh, he squeezes me there. Wow. This is where you get held up. And it looks like Fabi got around Sullivan actually for second. Yeah, I'm like right on the dot for fuel. It's a little too close for comfort. Perfect for fuel for me is having an extra gallon and I can run at full boost for the rest of the stint. That's perfect. Oh, I'm slow in a straight line. I was worried that adding the additional downforce was going to do that, but even with the additional downforce, you saw me lose the rear end on one of the first laps, so I pass. Right, Derek Daly there. Randy Lewis and Derek Daly's cars look very similar. All right, we're back up behind Rocket Rick. He's very far back today. Nice run out of the second corner. Side by side with Rick, but watch, he's going to pull me a bit on the straightaway. Got to get him in the braking zone. We got Raul Boisel there too, down to first. Squeezing in front of him. Get him in the kink here. Got Heimrath. It's good to know which cars will be kind of quick versus really slow. Like Heimrath there, I know he's quite slow, so I could dive bomb him, but you can't do that to the, the cars that are in like the top 12. There's Bobby Rahal in front of me, so we've got a full lap on Rahal after he jumped the start. Just doesn't have the race pace. Pretty good in qualifying, but yeah, Ari, yeah, you're right. Ari started really far back and he's now up there. It's interesting. I love the comers and goers feel of the racing in this. It's very realistic. That starting position has always meant a lot, but especially when reliability and things weren't always consistent, you would often see like, okay, the car won from 12th position and he was very fast in the race, but he was terrible in qualifying or something. Gotta remember as well, I also had a pace lap on this fuel tank, so that doesn't count for that much, maybe 3/4 of a gallon, but that'll make the next stint even a little easier. Oh, so late on the brakes there. Scott Pruitt in front. I saw me lunging in the mirrors. Too far back on him to get him through the chicane here. Pruitt's pretty quick. I can see another Newman Haas in front. Is that Michael Andretti? Am I going to put Michael Andretti the second place in points a lap down? It's a little sketchy. I'm going to raise the front bar just a little bit in the rear, tighten up the whole suspension. Across the line. So I'm on lower boost, but I almost feel like Scott Pruitt here is a little quicker than me. I don't want to take any wing out of it. I know I'm a little slow in a straight line, but it's working out for me so far. I'm in the lead of the race, even with the wing, and the car's on edge. It's not a great, I don't know what's going on with the setup or the track. It doesn't feel comfortable. But yeah, I don't think I need to change the wings. Unless we get into a place where I'm just not able to catch the leaders, then we'll play with the setup. But I am in the lead firmly at the moment. Gained a little bit that lap, so. One of the toughest things about these tracks is you'll notice there's no runoff. In real life, there would be a pretty long straight lane that if a car outdid itself on braking, they can just go straight. Now, true, you can't lock up the tires in IndyCar 2. One of the biggest physics flaws, if you want to call it that. It just wasn't developed yet to lock up a tire. But still, you can definitely outdo yourself in braking, and there's nowhere to go if you do. You have to be a little more conservative than you maybe would be, because there's no recovery if you go straight into that wall. Pulling out on Sullivan still, even though I'm stuck behind Pruitt a little bit. I'm going to catch some more lap traffic ahead, so maybe be able to pass him here. Ooh, another tap on the wall. About 15 laps till the pits. Seeing exactly 15 laps on the mileage predictor. So that's good. Usually the mileage predictor in a flat out section is a little less optimistic. Try to catch the RPMs there at 13. Diving up the inside of Pruitt here, down into the corner. He's gonna hang it there, but I'm able to get him. He got held up a little bit by the cars in front squabbling. All right, yeah, and we got Michael Andretti in front, stuck in behind Randy Lewis here. And Allister Jr. How you doing, KO? All right, a little bit, okay. Michael Andretti's gonna look up the inside of Lewis here. Maybe I can follow him through. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, I got all sideways. Oh, no. This might cause a caution. Is that not going to cause a caution? Randy Lewis is actually going to try to pass me back. I just got so squirrely on the brakes. I think I got out of it without damage. I don't think I hit the wall too hard. That was not great. All right, the car feels fine, so... I lost a bunch of time to Sullivan. He's 2.2 seconds back, but I got away with that somehow. And there's no caution. Why? Not that I really want a caution, but that would have definitely saved me the position. So, big incident number one, and I got away with it a little bit. But that's what happens when you stab the brakes. And you're turning at the same time. I broke way later than Randy Lewis there. Yeah, well, Sam Lee, I'm blaming you for that. All right, well, that'll get the heart rate up. Yeah, luckily I still get the car stopped before the final wall there, but Randy Lewis in front of me just slammed on the brakes a little earlier, so I tried to correct to get out of the way, and you saw the rest. So if I can keep that to be the only major incident, that will be the amount of luck that I have today. Ooh. 111. So we want to try to get to lap 100 to go, at least on this tank of fuel. Looks like I've got Scott Pruitt maybe behind me now again. Built ourselves a nice little gap with that spin. More laps till the pit stop. Right on the money with fuel. My biggest problem is probably myself. All in all, I think if I was a little more consistent, seems to be the biggest downfall, but we're still leading despite the major spin there. Coming back up onto some of these lapped cars. Need to be more patient. I kind of forgot about the patience piece. So easy to do. Trying to do fuel mileage and stay in front of the cars behind. I can see Sullivan in the mirror there. Won't freak out just yet. In front of me. The laps here really do click off quick though. Right up the inside of Barbaza. Should be able to get him under braking, but he's the same speed as me. Maybe John Jones too. Oh, Jones squeezes me there. AJ Foyt in front of him. The inside of John Jones. Oh, it's such a bad place to pass. Still do it though. Get a nice run on Foyt coming down the straightaway then. That'll be good. That'll help me hopefully gap Sullivan here a little bit. Foyt actually does quite well on the brakes there. He's still side by side with me. Foyt's doing pretty well today. Oh, very deep into the chicane. He sneaks back around. I lost the rear of the car there for a second. I think I got away with it without hitting the wall. 6 more laps till the pit stop. We're like right on the dot with fuel. I made a mistake, so AJ was in his right to get back around. All right, fuel lights on, so I no longer get my shift lights. Be very conscious of the RPM. Sullivan's right there behind me, so we're going to end this first stint very close for the lead. We'll see how the pit stops shake things up. Remember not to speed. Only sped one race this year at Long Beach. I got Sullivan right behind me, but I really can't go back up on boost. Just try to defend. Got Saline in front again. I think Saline's going a second lap down despite starting in third position on the second row. Caught up behind him here. I don't want to pass into the first corner. Man, we almost touch anyway. Sullivan right on me now. Go up the inside of Saline. Ooh, a little bit sketchy on braking again. That's how I spun. Two more laps. I might be able to get 3 laps out of it. I'm definitely going to push the limit with the fuel. The more we can do now, the less I have to save towards the end of the race. So if this is the situation, I don't have to worry as much. Also not trying my hardest to save with the right pedal, so I can maybe do even better. 2.2 gallons left. 106. Really comes down quick on the straightaways. Past the pits. I think I'm going to be able to do maybe 2 more. So we're on lap 100, so we made it. I think somebody's in the pits, actually. Got a whole bunch of cars in front. It's all about stretching that fuel. Sullivan, I think he pit. He must have pit. I didn't notice it. It's 30 seconds back. Gonna get caught up in traffic a little bit here. Oh, Dobson, what are you doing? Do I have enough to make it 1 more lap? It would be very close. I think I do. Based off my testing, I'm going to do it on Dobson. Should be able to make it to the entrance of the pits. It's going to be very close, but this is an extra lap savings. We got cars coming out of the pits in front. I'm down to the first corner. Didier Thays here. I should be able to make it. Lower the boost a little bit more for a second. Yeah, luckily in IndyCar 2, you can run it right to 0. I can't miss my pit stall, though. That would be bad. All right, we'll come into the pits. Rolling a little slow, maybe. Have the guys fill it up. 4 tires. I want to check out that crash real quick. I hope this doesn't break anybody's immersion. But because we're going to lose the replay, probably due to how long the race is, let's see if we can see the crash real quick. This is when I was stuck behind. Am I pronouncing Didier Thays wrong? Ties? Yeah, I ran it right to the limit there. We discovered this at Cleveland, that we weren't able to go see some of the really old replay stuff because IndyCar 2 only holds a certain amount of replay length. I know you can increase on the Windows version of the game, but on the DOS version, not sure. All right, here's the man. I had to reverse and everything. So let's check this out from the replay view. I was stuck in behind Mario, and I don't know why I went to the outside. I should have realized. Oh, I did hit the wall pretty hard there. Getting a gift to not damage the wing. That feels like that should have, even on this damage setting, should have damaged the wing. Take a quick look this way. That came down. Yeah, the car just gets kind of loose on... See, I'm sliding there, so if I correct, it's going to slide the other way and into the wall. I actually hit Michael there too, but man, okay. Let's get back into it. Appreciate everybody coming to watch this. It's a pretty intense race so far, just with everything going on. Go back up to 7. I'm hoping that the fact that I went a couple extra laps, I'll start the stint. We'll see where I come out. All right, down with fuel. We'll see where I come out, though. Just try not to speed here. Go 80 miles an hour. A bunch of cars in the pit lane as well. Some of the guys pit pretty early, so it'll be interesting to see if they can make it. All right, come out of the pits. There's Sullivan. Oh, he's going to pass me. So he did the undercut. I got stuck behind some lap traffic there, so I'm going to go back up to full boost for a second. We got held up. No. Can't squeeze there. It's too tight. It's Dobson in front. Put it on full boost here for a little bit. We got to get back around Sullivan. Yeah, if he pit that early, I wonder if he's going to be able to go the distance. I mean, some guys pit on the same lap I did, so it's not like everybody's pitting way earlier. Guerrero here in front of me. Danny doing a great job here through traffic, unfortunately for me. Go very deep on the brakes. Get up the inside of Heimrath. That's quite daring. We got one of the Haas cars in front of us, Newman Haas. Sullivan runs a little bit wide there through the chicane. Mario Andretti in front, dropping banana peels in front of us. Danny's definitely keeping me honest today. I think that's Michael. I think I saw the black number. Ooh, I hit the ball there. I'm not convinced yet that he won't make the end of the race, so I don't want to. I would like to get by him here and then set the pace. It should be really good. Should be a lot easier this stint to make it to 50 to go, but it would be great to make it to like 45 to go, because then I know I can just run full boost for the last stint of the race. Not have to worry at all about saving. Ooh. Was a big hit. I gotta stop hitting the wall. It's just a matter of time before one of those damages the front wing, and we saw at Cleveland how bad that was. That probably lost me a shot at getting the win. Got Alonso Jr. in front now. Oh, I could have maybe lunged there. All right, got a nice run on Sullivan up the inside. It's going to be pretty quick on the straight, but maybe I can use Allenser Jr. as a pick here. Lunge up the inside of Jr. Ooh, run myself a little wide. Catch the car, though. All right. I'm going to keep it on full boost here for a minute. Try to get away from Sullivan a little. But back into the lead. And I think I'm much better on fuel than Sullivan is, so this is all working out so far. All right, get it through the second corner. Hey, Jimmy. A first gear. So, pulling away a bit. I'm going to still leave it maybe another lap or so before I go down on boost. Probably one of the weirdest feeling setups I've driven so far in this. They've so far been pretty good. I'm using the stock setup at each track and changing some of the wings and settings and things, but I wasn't able to get this one to feel quite right, and I considered kind of pull like the Long Beach setup. It should be pretty good for a track like this, but stuck with it. It's definitely proving difficult to drive under braking. Kiss to the wall on the inside there. First gear through tightest corner. All right, I got Kevin Kogan in front again, so see if I can get past him this time. He's actually working on Bobby Rahal, interestingly enough. Looks like Kogan ran wide through the chicane. Steering a little bit there, full fuel. Ooh, we got a nice run on Kogan. Do I do it here? Brake late. See if I can. Oh, he's gonna stay there. Kogan, what are you doing? Oh my God. I had that position. What is he doing? Squeezing me on the inside. All right, get around him. Definitely would be telling him he's number one. I get Rahal here. Outside pole starters, just not having a good day. Taze. Oh. It's that dang Coogan. It just, there's nothing. I know the inner workings of the AI in IndyCar 2, and there's some settings and things for aggression, but there's nothing specific for like AJ Foy and Mario Andretti and Kevin Kogan that makes them behave that way. But for some reason, the sim knows that they should they should be a pain in the butt, all of them. Here's Foyt working by Randy Lewis. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I damaged the front wing, and I hit Danny Sullivan. Oh, no. What do I do? I'm going to see how bad it is. It looks pretty bad. Just as things were going well, I'll try to lower the front bars. I mean, what do I do at this point? It's 87 laps to go. I'm going to have to pit twice no matter what. Do I pit and try to make it all up on full boost? Oh, man. Car doesn't feel terrible. That was 100% my fault for trying to get past. I think it was Randy Lewis or Derek Daly there. It's this corner and like the fast ones. The car's understeering so much there. No, there's damage. You can see the front wing. I think I got a pit, unfortunately. Oh, man. I mean, it's all my mistake. There's nothing I can blame there but myself. But I got a pit. I'm going to go 4 new tires, full fuel. We'll just have to try to plan out the end of the race. See where I come out. Yeah, I'm going to lose way too much time staying out, so it was fair to just try to see what it's like. But we're coming in the pits, try not to speed to make it even worse. Oh, it's so disappointing. Hopefully I can stay on the lead lap, but I don't think so. Come on. There's no way I can make it the rest of the race on this tank, so I'm just gonna go full boost. There we go, full boost, and we'll see if I can short pit at the end or something and just take a little fuel. We'll have to look at what the tires look like. A bunch of cars in the pits. It'll get a little easier to lap. 85 laps to go. No way you're making that on one tank. All right, Saline coming by on Jones. A little sketchy there, but staying in front of Jones. So I'm still on the lead lap, which is good because in case a caution comes out, be able to catch up. Caution would be the best thing in the world right now. Or actually, in about 20 laps, a caution would be amazing. But yeah, I'm just going to try to push. I got to get that front bar back up. All right, Jourdain here. The 69. Come on. Really, unless you're fully side by side, they do not give you the line. Well, we were living the dream there for a minute, but the rocket ship has crashed back to Earth. We barely stayed on the lead lap, 40 seconds behind. Deep there. Well, we both need one more stop, so I essentially have to make up 40 seconds to win. And my last stop might be able to be a tad shorter, but I think I'm still gonna have to take tires most likely. And that's at least 20-gallon fuel stop. Going too deep into the chicane. There's Sullivan behind me. Yeah, car feels fine, so as fine as it's felt. It's not driving great today, the old Sunoco Papyrus machine. Still in the top 5 though, so you gotta look at the right side of things. I was at the beginning talking about getting a top 10 here, so but multiple crashes. I guess what could we have expected at the Meadowlands? Sullivan's very quick. He's got less fuel than me right now, so I'm also a bit slower overall. Steering quite a bit there. Raise the rear bar one tick. So it was impressive I was 40 seconds behind and on the lead lap, because the laps here are not 40 seconds very often. Inside Roberto Guerrero here. John Andretti in front. Looks like Sullivan's going to get Guerrero as well quite easily. Just need him to get caught up behind lap traffic. It's so disappointing to have an accident like that. Whoa! Squeak by Andretti there. But it goes to show there is actually damage, and you can't just endlessly run into the walls, even in the lower damage setting that we have. But maybe even a little more cautious. I really didn't need to push like that. Monday quarterback all you want. Oh yeah, I'm having fun. Trust me, after I spent the majority of this week, like I said, just racing around the Targa Florio, and had some pretty spectacular incidents. So it feels nice to race on a track where I know all the corners easily. Is right there though. It would give me a little hope if I was catching him, but to have him catching me, I guess I caught him by half a second that lap. Just try to keep doing that. Yeah, I might be able to catch third and maybe second. So gonna do what I did at Cleveland and come back on the podium. Deep. Oh, wall saved me that time. Like reenacting the quarter scene from Driven every corner here. Danny's right on me now. Oh, we're just halfway. My God. Oh! Just for good measure, slam the wall. Well, hopefully this isn't halfway, so I feel like my driving is deteriorating already. A few folks have pointed that out, that, I mean, it's definitely hard to do long races, so maybe the first half of the race I'm just a little more consistent, and halfway through towards the end you start not being able to do it as well. Yeah, Sullivan's lighter on fuel, so it's just... That's why he's... You know, we were about the same exact speed when we were on the same fuel, so... Alright, catching this whole group again. I think this is where I crashed last time. Around Thays here before the second turn, first turn. And AJ Foyt as well in a straight line this time, lucky. Kevin Kogan in front. Uh-oh. Foyt is near Kogan. Hogan out of the second turn. First turn, keep calling it the second turn. Up behind Bobby Rahal again. All right, we can see him side by side for once. Derek Daly and Randy Lewis. Randy's the closer one to me, but their cars are very similar. I almost nail Randy again. Oh, he's gonna squeeze me on the inside. I'm probably just gonna drive this as deep as I can go to cross my fingers that there would be a yellow flag, but it's not looking likely, as always. So, I think Daly might have just smacked the wall there. Not the only one hitting the walls. Yeah, I'll try to go as deep as I can, and then we'll figure out how much fuel I need at the end if I can short pit it at all. I mean, I should be able to. Maybe take 30 gallons or something. Oh, Dobson there. That was optimistic by me. I don't need to be doing that. Sure gonna be nice to get to like Michigan in a couple races. We got one more street track after this. We're gonna have to go to Toronto, which is also a pretty difficult track in IndyCar too. I don't think it's quite as tricky as this one, but very similar flavor anyway. Oh no! Oh, come on! Well, I anticipated hitting the lapped cars a lot today. That's about as graceful as a recovery as I could have had to that. Spin it around and keep going. I kept Sullivan behind me. Sullivan has seen me spin in front of him like 5 times now. This might get kind of comical towards the end, everybody. You want me to stop? Danny's just like waiting for me to take myself out because I'm a weapon. Hey, there's still hope that Sullivan can't actually make it to the end of the race. Trying to get past Dobson here this time in a better spot. Still kind of awkward. Yeah, if he has to pit twice, that would be very interesting. I'll have to keep an eye on that. If I was him, I would be saving a lot of fuel with a 7.8 second lead. Now called Ryan Axel spun. It's good. Certainly am here. There's a reason I said I was nervous for this one. I knew it was going to be a bit of a demo derby at some stage. I'm way quicker than I thought I was going to be, which is encouraging, but it's all down to that consistency of being able to manage this. Rookie season, though. Hopefully the series comes back here for a couple more years, so I can take all this knowledge of the races and speed and consistency, could get a t-shirt made. But when I'm not spinning, I'm winning or something. I'll take submissions for the best slogan. We'll put a heavily pixelated car on it. Nice little apex wall tap. All right, so there's 62 laps to go. I've got about a half tank of fuel. See how far I can go on that. And then judge from there how much fuel I got to put in it at the end. We know a full tank can probably do about 47, 48 laps comfortably. I could also plan out my pitting with lap traffic. But tires take about 20 gallons of fuel's worth of time. They do it at the same time, so that would be the optimal stop. I can get brand new tires, put 20 gallons in, and away I go. Hey, this was the high-res mode for this game when it first came out. SVGA. Standard DOS is that 320 by 200. This is 640 by 480 resolution. It was high resolution. A lot of computers could not run this, especially with a full grid of cars or anything like that. It's all software mode too, so there's no graphic support unless you get the coveted rendition version with a very elusive rendition graphics card. Even then, I'm not sure that ups the resolution at all. Got these two jokesters right in front. I can sneak up the inside of one of them. Ooh, the chicane. Ooh, he touched. Oh, car spun out behind. Come on, yellow flag would be nice. Of course, no yellow flag. All of the officials are sleeping today. That held up Sullivan a bit. Take that. Now, if Sullivan has to pit here, you know, with 55 to go or anything like that, I'd be optimistic that he can't actually make it to the end without pitting again, which would be very interesting. I don't know what would happen then. We got Teo Fabi 1.2 seconds behind him now, anyway. $57 to go. There's only one yellow flag at Cleveland, so unrealistic damage mode, there are more yellow flags. Something like that probably would cause a yellow flag. But I would have been out of the race on like lap 10 with that spin anyway, so. We'll see if Ted Meat at some point does a realistic damage season. Give that honor to him. 56 laps to go. I'm pulling up. I gained about 10 seconds on Sullivan because all that mess was encouraging. Fabi is right there with him. I wouldn't mind Fabi winning because he's so far back in the points that gonna be a null race. Don't want like Emerson to get up there. Michael Andretti's nowhere today, so it would have been a good day for me to win. Yeah, Miami Street Circuit, Bicentennial Park. Oh, Sullivan's in the pits with 54 to go. I don't know if he's gonna make it. He might have to do a splash and go at the end, which kind of throws the whole thing into the air, depending on what Fabi and Emo do. And the Bicentennial Park is the chicane. It's all about that chicane. The rest of the track's fine. I call it the Paul Tracy chicane there. And if you want to know why, go watch the 95 race. I think it's like lap 3 or 4 or something. He just straight into it like he didn't even try to do the corner. All right, Fabi's in the pits as well. It's going to it is going to be a close one at the end for them. I mean, I don't know how well the AI obey the rules for fuel and all that, but ooh, it's Brayton. Scott Brayton goes to the inside there. Have to dive out of it. Back up to third for now. It's all on strategy though. Days goes to the inside as well as me. I think we're 3 wide there for a second. Side by side with Brayton. How did I make it through that? All right, I'll put that on the highlight reel. We'll cut out the spins. Get another car in the pits there. I'll cut out the spins from the highlight reel and just put in the cool moves. Bicentennial Park's a rough one. There's a reason Indycar only raced there once in real life. Ugh. And I think that reason is actually that Homestead Miami Speedway was built, but it wasn't a great course. Nobody was sad to see Bicentennial Park go, I think. Okay, Foyt, you do me wrong again. I hate passing in this corner. Good Foyt. Little leeway. There we go. Get him on the exit. Only 8 seconds off the lead, and if we both have to pit again, I'm not going to let myself entertain that thought. Scott Saline once again in front. So we're 2/3 done, Pavel, is what you're saying. 1/3 to go, 50 laps. So we're about 10 gallons to the good. We'll probably need to do about 30 in the pit stop. It's not going to be that much quicker than a normal stop, unfortunately. It's definitely not a splash and go. Be a little bit quicker, but Dobson here, catching him at a bad time. Understeering there a little bit. Ooh. Getting the chicane all wrong. The default Surfer's Paradise for IndyCar 2 is a tricky track, but I got loose there under turning. Oh my god, I hit him again in the same corner. This car is indestructible today. Also impossible to pass, it seems. Yeah, the default surfers is extremely hard just because the chicanes, the walls are right up against the edge of the chicanes. So you have no, I mean, in real life, they weren't even like that. They were grass. Oh, car coming out of the pits there. Got Bernard Jourdain in front. Still gained on Sullivan that last, when I hit Jourdain. I absolutely pummeled him at Cleveland. Daly in front of me now. Out in front of him. Break a little bit deeper into the corner just to make sure I get in front of him. Yeah, the redone version of Surfers makes it much closer to the real life one, and it's still, don't get me wrong, a tough track. All the street tracks are tough, but it's achievable. I'll just say, when I was younger, many a season really started at Phoenix. Get around Thays there before the start finish line, a rare pass. Wow, I'm right up against Sullivan now. What happened? There's Teo Fabi in front. They got held up in front of this group of laps cars. Looks like AJ Foyt there. I'm gonna have to thank Foyt after the race. That chewed into that 7-second gap. Ooh, try to pass the lot. There we go. Oh man, huge advantage up to second now. Oh, if they have to pit, this is still, I'm not gonna let myself think about it, but this is not over by far. Let's go. See if I can chase down Sullivan here and lead a few more laps. This is when Jack Arute would be telling you that Axelson still has to pit. He's going to take the lead. Oh, he's so much slower too on full fuel. Pass Sullivan for the lead, all right. But I still have to pit, so I got to try to pull out as much of a lead as I can. If he has to pit and I can get a decent lead here, his pit's going to be quicker. Ooh, this will go deep there in the chicane. His pit stop's going to be quicker, but if I build up enough of a lead, I don't know. I'm letting myself fantasize about this a little too much. 43 laps to go. Have to do some fuel math here. Can anybody do like 35 times 0.8? I think that's probably about, I think I need about 30 gallons to make it. But 35 times 0.8 is probably around that. Say 0.8 for aggressive fuel usage. Yeah, so if I do 30 gallons at the pit stop, should be right amount. Car feels great right now. It's late in the run. 5 gallons. It all hinges on whether or not they've got a pit. I don't know how I caught them. I was 8 seconds behind, and it didn't seem like I was making any progress, but they got stuck behind that group of lap traffic or something. Okay, 2 more gallons is not gonna kill me, and also make sure I can make it without any sort of issues. Here's Scott Brayton, being a hero. Gonna come lap Michael Andretti again, which feels great. So you think you're gonna win the championship, pal? Still my main rival, but not having a good day today. I'm not either, but it's somehow working out. Oh, the fuel light got me. Chasing 2 of the most iconic liveried cars in IndyCar, the Pennzoil Yellow Submarine and the Valvoline Gallus racing car. Trying to pass Rick Mears coming out into turn 2. Super sketchy. Oh, I'm so deep on it. Oh. Use the wall as a little bit of a braking help. on, Al. Little Al's just really trying to make it difficult for me. Yeah, I think I'm definitely secured for a podium here, but 40 laps, 39 laps to go. I'm dreaming of more than the podium. It's going to come right down to the wire, too, because those guys are not going to pit, if they do, until the second to last lap or something. Maybe 5 to go. Be a good lap. Felt quick. Not that quick. Daco in front of me. Yeah. Just be consistent. ... And fast. Got it. I'm not Scott Dixon. That's Bobby Rahal. Around Rahal. Ooh, he's gonna make this awkward. Come on. It is possible to get through those chicanes without hitting each other. Lost a lot of time there. Oh, Rahal's gonna keep it on the outside. Come on, buddy. So we'll have new tires as well, which might help. Cars in front of me here. This isn't ideal. It would have been nice to have a clear track. Boisel working on Kogan in front of me. Oh, we're gonna do a little scary stuff. Oh my god, everybody in front, all over the track. Oh, absolutely. I mean, talk about... Oh, that was bad, but talk about getting through lap traffic up until the wall hit there through the chicane. It was a wild lap. Lap was still in the 39s, despite passing like 6 lapped cars. Mario Andretti in front of me now. Oh no! I needed to go in the pits and I didn't. Oh no! This is bad. I'm down to 1, so I should be able to coast around. I didn't look at it. I was just driving through the lap cars. It's okay. I should be able to make it here. Pretty aggressively fuel save, and it's going to be a terrible in lap. Alright, go on the box. I'm going to do the pause real quick. Since I could talk to the crew on the radio while we were driving. It's okay. We're going to be fine. Alright, so we'll put in 30 gallons. We'll change the 4 tires. It's tempting to go the distance, but I think I would be absolutely ruined at the end. And we're doing 30 gallons anyway, so the tires, it wouldn't be a savings. Get into the box. All right, get that run to the end. All right, let's go. Not to speed or anything. Ari Leindyke was quick early, but he's in the pits now, retired, it looks like. Try not to speed. Oh, I was right at 80 miles an hour there for a second. All right, we're back on the track. So, the hope here is that they still have to pit in front of me. I was too close on fuel. I really, I didn't need to do that extra lap. It probably cost me a lot too because I was having to pass so many cars. And I had to go so slow. Live and learn. Yeah, one last lap on the tires and everything. I'm not too worried about the tires. Not worried at all about the fuel now. 33. Should be good, I hope. Always double think myself with the fuel, but let's try to run straight out and see. I mean, 16 seconds back is not impossible even to catch just naturally. They're going to be on about the same fuel load, actually, since if they do make it to the end, because they would, we would have equaled up there with my extra stop. So I have slightly newer tires, which is good. I really think they're going to have to pit, though, at least Sullivan. I'm not sure about Bobby. He was very close. Either that or they're going to drive very slow to save fuel. I don't know if the AI do that in IndyCar too. Either way, better stay tuned, because the next, 33 laps might be kind of interesting. Down to 14 seconds now. Hey, if I can just catch him and pass him, that's the easiest way to know I'm going to win. It looks like we got Randy Lewis in front here. If they get stuck behind some traffic again, and I just have some consistent laps, down to 11.6, come on. Maybe they're in super fuel saving mode as well. Try to make it to the end. Feels like a Lewis Hamilton strategy. I'm no Lewis Hamilton, but stealing a modern Mercedes F1 strategy. Pit right at the end for new tires and go for it. .4 seconds, and we're carving in at least 2 seconds a lap right now. Deep on the brakes there, but east the apex. Right, we got a gaggle of cars in front here, which might be responsible for our sudden gap closing. Hope I'm good on fuel. I'm like questioning it. It's actually going to be kind of close. I could have put an extra gallon in without too much of an issue. 6.9 seconds, come on. Gotta get around all these cars without hitting them for once, without spinning out especially. I might see a gold car up there. 6.2, so only gained a little bit that lap, but I'm also passing lapped cars now. Oh, come on, Bernard Jourdain. My God, my friend. Got a whole mess of cars in front. Rick Mears there gives the opening. This is why I'm catching them so much. I gotta also try to get through this without losing too much time. Oh, we'll just absolutely murder the entry of the chicane, but there we go. That's how it's done. You just gotta do it. Oh, come on, Al. Little Al there, taking my line away. The inside of him here on the straightaway. This is so scary, but we're just gonna do it. Send it into the corner, up the inside, down to first gear. We lost a little bit of time for them that time, but I think I'm gonna net out positive. Remember, they might still have to pit. We'll have to see. Okay, got Didier Theys now. 25 laps to go. A bit held up there by Theys on the exit, but not too bad. We got John Jones in front. I absolutely send it up the inside. It's times like these where it's like, why wasn't I doing that the whole race? I could have made this easy, but you just, I don't know, different mentality. Also, driving super aggressive, as we've seen, can end poorly, so get up the inside of John Andretti here. AJ Foyt in front now, back down to 6.2 seconds. Kicker is going to be if I catch them and then they also pit, but you know what? I'll take that. Foyt takes the chicane. Scoot up the inside of Foyt there. 23 to go. Oh, Fabi lost a little bit, so I'm actually pretty close to Fabi now. I bet he's in this pack of cars. I can see him there. Green car up the inside. It looks like maybe Dobson. Got Saline here in front. In here right in the line. He's been issue the whole race trying to get around, do it through the kink. Yeah, you do learn, James, you do learn the places where you can pass. And I saw a comment during my last race that like, oh, I should practice with the AI more so that I learn where they, you know, and I do practice with the AI. I run usually for these races, I run a practice session for like an hour, and practice with the AI, just lapping, trying to get good. I usually do a qualifying session, and I do a start of a race just to make sure that I can get through the start, you know, and not just ruin the whole thing. But you know, it's after doing over 100 laps around the circuit, it's just different in pressure mode. You just learn a lot more. So, and in practice, the cars themselves don't behave the same, really. Like some cars are on light fuel load, some are on heavy. It's quite realistic. People, you know, it's simulating that they're testing different things, but so they don't quite behave the right way. You can't judge them as much. In the race, I know, you know, for instance, coming up on Fabi here, that he's as quick as me, so I'm going to have to plan to pass him, whereas I know Saline's quite slow and it's easier to. So you learn a lot doing the actual race that you could never learn in a practice. But that's what makes it fun. And that's why a sim like this is just incredible. You know, how old it is, but it's... I don't see modern sims just pulling it off quite like this. The graphics, the cars feel a lot better, but just the sense of racing in a championship, I think it's still the Papyrus sims that do that best. At least for stuff like this, but... Alright, so we'll come across the line. Oof. 19 laps to go. Oh, I got distracted there for a second. Oh. 19 laps, 8.6. So Sullivan's pulled back out a little bit, which is discouraging, but I'm going to stay on it. They still might have to pit. Bobby's quite quick as well. Laps. I definitely feel like I can get to Fabi. We just need a little more traffic and everything, but all going to depend on if these guys actually run to the finish or not. I would have to guess they need to pit, or else, you know, unless they did some big savings there, or the AI can cheat. But I don't think they can cheat. I think they get a pretty hard-coded fuel distance in general. It's interesting, though, that some cars definitely pitted within range to make it. $17 laps to go. Oh, 6.5 seconds now. I've definitely figured out that corner a lot better. It's actually quite fun now. That's a hard corner to get at first because it's super narrow. Now that I've done it 100 times, it's doesn't seem quite as scary, but a little deep into the chicane. There's a little bit of time there. To go. 5.3 seconds. Come on. Sullivan, if you're stuck behind somebody a very long time. Oh, did I see Sullivan there for a second, or are my eyes playing tricks on me? That might be him. Oh my God, come on. $15 laps to go. 3.1 seconds. My God. Slow and steady. Ooh, a little loose that time. Entered a little high. Yeah, the brakes are very good in IndyCar too. They're a little unrealistically good, to be honest. All right, we're in the line. I mean, I'm right behind Teo Fabi now, and I can see Danny Sullivan towards the front. He's got like one more car to pass. I need to get through this traffic ASAP. The second gears, try to get a good exit. I'm usually quicker than them on exit here. Up the inside of Teo Fabi for second place. Almost over revving the car. We got Bobby Rahal in front here. Scoot up the inside of him. Maybe get Pruitt as well. Quite deep on the brakes. Stuck in behind Bernard Jourdain now. Try to get him into the chicane here. Really deep on the brakes there, but able to do it. Just slam the brake to the floor. Oh, one more car in front of me, Boiselle. And then Danny Sullivan. So 13 laps to go. 13 gallons. I'm more than good on fuel. Everything's looking pretty good right now. Right, Sullivan got around these two in front. Beat Guerrero there with Boiselle trying to look up the inside of him. It's going to block my passing here down into turn 2. Getting held up just a little bit, but trying to get a good exit on Guerrero. Get him for the chicane. Come on. No. I'm not letting you by. Really squeezed Guerrero there, but got to take chances now. All right, I think Sullivan got let loose just a little bit. Got to get up the inside of Boiselle here into turn 2. Oh, I was a bit wide, but he luckily he let off behind me and did things. All right, we got a few cars side by side in front. Mario Andretti. Sullivan just got around Randy Lewis, and we got Derek Daly in front of him. First gear there for some reason. Try to get a good exit. Got to run now on Mario. Using the full rev range. We'll just sneak it on the inside. Try to outbrake as many people as possible. Barbaza here. It feels like I'm always just a couple cars behind Sullivan. Sneaking behind Taze. However we want to say his name right now. Right, To the inside, see if I can get him before turn 2. Oh, I'm right behind Sullivan now. He's on the inside of John Jones. I tapped the wall a little bit. Really pushing now. Get around Jones. I should be able to get him in this corner. He's going to get up the inside of John Andretti as well. Short shift into second there. Ooh, try to get Andretti before the chicane. Down to first. My God. Really taking liberties with the AI here. 9 laps to go. No doubt Jack Arute would be interviewing Roger Penske. Can Danny Sullivan make it to the end of the race? Probably tell a lie. Oh yeah. Is it a lie though? Will he make it? Come out of the chicane. I'm right on the back of Sullivan now. He's stuck in behind Scott Saline. Third place starter. He's going to look up the inside of him here, coming through the kink. I'll do the same thing. Oh, that's sketchy. Down to second gear. Trying to get on the accelerator. Understeer a little bit there. We got Dominic Dobson now. Oh, Sullivan gets caught up with him. Oh, to make it 3 wide up the inside. Oh, and I hit him. No. He hit me back. Oh, and he stayed running. What? I outbroke myself essentially, but that's interesting to see that happen in IndyCar too. I feel like that never actually happens. Oh, and I saw somebody send a super chat. I'll look at that in a minute. Trying to catch Sullivan. Oh, and I got by him for just a split second. 7 laps to go. We got Dobson here in front. Block me into turn 2. Come on. No. Ah, come on. Oh, this is a mess. How many times have I hit Dobson in this race? Well, trying not to over-rev the engine. Definitely gonna have to hope for a pit stop now. How many times have I hit Dobson? Like, at least we're gonna need a Dobson counter. Never mind the kiss the wall counter. Well, let's hope he has to stop. But I'm sure I'm 13 seconds back now with 6 laps to go. So there's unfortunately, no hope to catch him. Unless there happens to be a massive pack of lapped cars. I mean, I think all the incidents with Dobson have been from me behind. So I guess I would take the blame for them. Yeah, I don't know. Today he seems to be the thorn. It was looking so good for a minute too. That outbraking into the second corner, up the inside. I can't believe he swung back under me because I touched him, and usually we can get hooked together really easily in IndyCar too, and that could actually end the whole race. We can't get unhooked from each other. I think I overran the braking zone, and he just continued to turn in, like you would. All right, here's Dobson again. So I got to actually pass him. I know better than to throw it in there with Dobson. Oh, I'm so defeated. I was so close to getting him back. The only hope... Oh, he's in the pits. He's in the pits. I was just about to say the only hope is if he pits, and he did. All right, come up the inside of Dobson. Don't you dare. Get past. Do I pass him? Or is he going to come out still in front of me? Oh, I got him. But he's right behind me. All right, Sullivan's right there. So he did have to pit again. There's only a few laps to go. of first gear. Oh man, I just gotta try to keep it on the road. Don't spin out for the 8th time. It's just been such a mess of a race. But if I can come away with the win, I'll take it. I don't care how it happens. I didn't crash everybody out or anything, but close to it. I'm across the line. How many more laps? 2 more laps. I got a 3.2 second lead. I'm not gonna take it too slow, but I'm not gonna push the car at all. Yeah, he did a splash and go, which is so cool that the AI in a 1995 game, you know, are smart enough not just to pit and fill up all the way. Ugh, just tapping every wall for a good minute. I'm making sure the barriers are secure. What I'm doing. All right, we'll come get the white flag. White flag, 1 more lap. Sullivan pulls up just a little bit, but as long as I drive a clean lap here, all we need. I don't have any traffic in front, thank God. I'm down first gear, take second corner, much less dramatic with no cars to pass. We'll come to the chicane, last real corner, first gear. Oh. And nobody could say that wasn't an action-packed race. So many mistakes and spins and odd incidents, but come across the line, win the Meadowlands Grand Prix. I was dreading this race. I thought this was going to be a terrible race, and it was dramatic. No telling if it would have been easy to... I guess it would have been easy to win had that crash not happened just because of the fuel, but man, what a wild race. There goes Sullivan on by. Emo as well. I guess we lapped him right towards the end. That feels like a day's workout. Oh man. It was so hard getting around some of the lapped cars. You really have to be side by side with them. And then there were some laps where it felt like I could just fly through the traffic. I want to rewatch back some of it. Because yeah, I could just outbrake cars here and there, and I think my driving improved quite a lot in the second half, despite the spin with Dobson, but at a low point there around halfway mark. I wish, whoa, Sailing giving me a little tap. Okay. I wish you could do donuts, but you can't. There's no way to spin the tires in IndyCar 2, so we're just gonna have to celebrate the old-fashioned way. So it feels good. So I'm gonna step away for 30 seconds, and then we'll take a look at the final results. And I got that super chat I know I got to read, but I'll be right back. All right. Oh, man. What a race. What a race. Thanks for all the congrats. Yeah, I definitely got things together in the second half of the race to I don't know, be a little more consistent. It's tough. I don't know, sometimes you just mess up lap after lap. It's so easy to just tap the walls in IndyCar too, which I don't like to do, but all right, let's look at everything. Here's the victory shot coming into the victory lane. I don't know why my helmet shows a solid blue there, because it has a design, but crew is happy today. I say this every time, but I love the guy with his hand on the headset. IndyCar, it depends where you go if IndyCar is popular. How much of the race did we get here? We got the whole race. This is so weird to me. I don't know why at Cleveland it didn't get the whole thing. I'll save that though. At some point I'd like to make a highlight video of all the season, so it would be useful to have all the replays and stuff. But yeah, IndyCar in the Midwest, I would say absolutely IndyCar is more popular than NASCAR, but in a lot of the rest of the country, NASCAR is kind of what people think of as racing. When you think racing, you think NASCAR at Talladega. That's kind of the thing. But IndyCar is definitely growing a lot in popularity. I'd say up until about 1995, IndyCar was probably the most popular series in the United States, and then obviously things changed for a minute. Anyways, let's look at the results. So Ryan Axelson, I led 63 laps. So actually Sullivan led more laps than me. Sullivan led more laps, 85, but I came away with the win. Led a lot in the early going. Of course, had the floundering middle stint, and I mean, I was actually going to pass Sullivan on speed. So even though he had to take that extra pit stop, I was going to pass him on speed, and all the crazy stuff happened there towards the end. Yeah, Funblade, you're right. I mean, it's not recovered from the split, but especially in the last couple years, it really feels like it's taken another step up again. So, oh, Carl F, thank you. Yeah, NASCAR 1. I want to go back to that because I feel like I did a poor job with NASCAR 1, but very much appreciate. Oh no, I lost. Where'd the other super chat go? Hold on, let me scroll back. Okay, Ascari. So happy the algorithm decided to recommend your Revs video to me. I've been binge watching your vids for the past 2 weeks. Cheers from Finland. Well, thank you. I'm happy you saw the Revs video. That was a lot of work, that one, but enjoyed doing it. And thanks, Carl, as well, for $10 there. Yeah, I would like to get back to some NASCAR at some point. I don't know what sim, but we're over halfway through this season now too, so it'll be interesting. All right. Let's look at, sorry, I'm clicking all around here. Let's look down the running order. So Teo Fabi, he led a couple laps as well. Fabi was quick today. He's had a lot of DNFs, so it's good to see that he finished the race. Yeah, NASCAR 3 is a classic. It would be fun to do that. I never did record like half a season in NASCAR 3, and I never put it up. I should probably, I don't know. I still have it, but Scott Pruitt, it's fun to do these types of like longer races live rather than a video. Scott Pruitt here in 5th, Allister Jr. 6th, Rick Mears. So wow, already back to 5th, 2 laps down overall. Scott Pruitt, Allister Jr., Rick Mears, he picked up some pace there. Scott Brayton in the top 10. Raul Boisel. Scott Brayton started really far back, so that's good for him. Raul Boisel in 9th, and Michael Andretti in 10th, so it's going to be a good points day. Definitely going to be a good points day. Derek Daly back in 11th. Mario Andretti in 12th, so the Newman Haas team was kind of nowhere today. Bobby Rahal slipping back from the outside pole to 13th. Randy Lewis, Barbaza in 15th. Let's towards the back, because there are a few retirements. What do we have in the back here? Kevin Kogan with a header. So Kevin Kogan, after 131 of the laps, the header issue. IndyCar and NASCAR are racing on the same weekend this year at the Indianapolis Grand Prix in the fall. And at the same track. They run on the same weekends all the time. They're both running this weekend. Nashville for IndyCar and Watkins Glen for NASCAR, which is a good race. Oh, and also, last night I found, I think it's the 1986 NASCAR race at the Glen that's on the official NASCAR channel. They're releasing older races. I recommend watching it, at least the first few laps. The cars move so much differently than cars today. It's like almost breathtaking to watch how much the cars roll through the corners. So cool. It's so cool. I want to actually clip a little bit of it. There's part where Rusty Wallace is going up through the S's and his car is just like spraying fuel out the back of the cap because it was like over full. It's just the epitome of cool, and I wish racing was still really cool like that. But get back on task here. I'm just daydreaming now. We got Ari Leyendyk in 25th, Ludwig Heimrath gearbox, Ancho Carter turbo issue, and Guido Dacco all the way at the back with 28. The 28th with an electrical issue. So a good race, definitely a good race. Hour 40 race, which is about what we thought. No cautions somehow. There probably should have been about 5 cautions in the race, all by me, but all right, save that. All right, so let's look. Hold on, I want to find, if I can find oh gosh, well, I can fast forward to the end, right? I just want to find the pass on Sullivan, then we'll take a look at the points and everything. I thought that pass with him down into turn 1. Hold on, I'll do this to make it less vomit inducing. Yeah, I guess the strategy for Sullivan was to get a late yellow. I don't know. I mean, it was hard to make the stint. He couldn't just run in flat out, which is often the case with these races. So was that it? Where? No, that was the second spin. I spun so many times in this race. Here it is. All right, let's take a look from the TV camera. This is me chasing Danny Sullivan towards the end of the race. Down the long straightaway, both of them in front. I decided to take it 3 wide, which is quite daring, but I try to outbrake him. I run a little bit wide and he just clips me. I mean, he would not get away with anything like that in real life, but I can't say that was my fault. I thought I was giving him plenty of room. I ran it deep. Maybe because we were 3 wide, he wasn't going to take the line, or he couldn't take the line. Yeah, because I'm going straight here, and maybe he should go like Dobson out on the outside. He's taking it really wide, so if he wasn't there, maybe Sullivan would also have done the same thing, but he couldn't. So it's just kind of a circumstantial thing, but I can't help but feel it's kind of a racing incident. It's not a yeah, there's no contesting that. All right, so we'll exit out of this. Take a look at the points. Whoa, there we go. Back out to a little bit of a lead. I can't believe I grew the lead in the championship at Meadowlands, of all places. But Ryan Axelson there in the lead, 133 points ahead of Michael Andretti. He did not have a good day today, so just 103 points for him total. So I'm 30 points in the lead now. Danny Sullivan in third. He did really well today, so he's still, I mean, for me, he's very far back, but he's not super far back from Michael, and you never know what's going to happen. Sullivan can be quick here and there. Allenser Jr. in fourth, just 2 points ahead of Emerson Fittipaldi in fifth. Rick Mears, Scott Pruitt, Bobby Rahal, Teo Fabi, and Ari Leyendyk round out the top 10. So, pretty eclectic championship. I like how the season's playing out. You know, you always worry that it's going to be like one other driver that's quick and that's all you have to worry about, but every race it's somebody else. Keeps it interesting, also makes it slightly easier if I'm always doing well, but it's been fun so far. It's been fun. So I think that's about it for the day. I appreciate everybody joining. We're off next to the last of this little stint of road and street tracks. We're going to Toronto for the classic Canadian race, Toronto Grand Prix. Should be good. Be just as difficult as all of these, but then we get to the 2 other 500-mile races right in a row, and we're gonna have to plan out when I'm gonna do those, but it's 3 hours plus. But Michigan first for the Michigan 500, and then Pocono for the Pocono 500. This would have been the last year they ran the Pocono 500, so we actually have the Triple Crown. I won the first round of the Triple Crown at Indianapolis, so the dream is still alive as well. Appreciate everybody joining. Thank you so much, and see you again soon for Toronto. Have a good one.